I am Kirsten Wild. I am a traveling yoga teacher and a Reiki healer. You can also find me at wildwandering.life. And I wanted to record this video for you so that we could be able to practice together even as I'm traveling around. So feel free to use this recording as often as you like, or just take whatever you'd like from it. I've designed it to be very beginner friendly, so feel free to share with your friends or get, your family involved in this practice. No special yoga props are needed, so if you want to grab a block and you have one, feel free to. But you don't even necessarily need a yoga mat. You can practice outdoors in the beautiful grass. You can grab a beach towel. You can do it on your carpet or your rug, anything that's going to be comfortable for you. And no special skills are required. What I like to tell everyone is if you have a body and you can breathe, you could do yoga. So no need to be stretchy, bendy, strong, anything. Just take it at your own pace, make adjustments for whatever you need for your body, and take a rest whenever you need it. I want to say a special thank you to Idaho Rocky Mountain Ranch, where I spent my summer of 2021 teaching yoga to the guests there. And they have been gracious and wonderful in allowing me to record this video in their beautiful space. So go ahead, find your space, get comfy, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're going to get started on our back, so you can lay back down on your mat. Feet will be on the mat here, and the knees are going to be pointing up towards the sky. We're going to just start with breathing. So you can place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so here. And just starting to slow down, starting to connect in with the breath. And we're starting to be mindful, starting to check in. So starting to notice first with our physical body here, just taking an internal mental scan from the feet all the way up to the head here, just noticing any spaces that might be tight, sore, maybe need a little bit of opening today. I'm not placing any judgment upon it, just noticing, being mindful. And we'll start to take that scan of the head space, the heart space, just noticing if there are any heavy emotions, whether they be high energy or low energy here, just anything that's taking up space. And then any of those thoughts as well that are floating around in the head, whether that be to-do lists, excitement for later, any kind of stressors, or even any kind of false stories of self-doubt or worry here. Almost without judgment, and just begin to notice. And if any of those things are not serving us here on the mat, we begin to just let them go, bringing our focus, our awareness in on the breath instead. Knowing that if any of those things are that important, we can pick them back up after our practice. And bringing that awareness to the breath itself here, just noticing without changing it first, how that breath feels underneath our right hand, how that heart rate feels underneath our left hand. Noticing if that energy is tied to any of those emotions or thoughts that we just examined. And then slowly starting to deepen and lengthen the breath. If you'd like to, that helps keep your awareness there. You can inhale for the count of 4 in through the nose. Exhale for the count of 4 out through the nose. So if possible, continuing to breathe throughout the rest of class in and out the nose. Just a nice, long, steady, even breaths. Feeling the belly rise with each inhale. Feeling the belly fall with each exhale. And as you're ready here, we're going to lift those arms up and overhead, lay them down on the earth here. Extend those legs out straight. We'll take a nice long, good morning stretch, fingertips to toes, really lengthening the body. And we'll bring those feet back to the earth where we started with those knees pointing up towards the sky. We'll start with our reclined position to open up the hips here. So we'll bring the right foot to the top of the left thigh, opening up that knee to the right, opening up the hip. You can stay here. This is enough of a stretch for you. If you'd like to, you can reach the right hand through the legs, reaching for the back of the thigh, lifting that left foot off the earth, pulling those legs in towards the chest. Wherever you're at, whatever variation you chose here, taking those nice deep breaths. Allow your body to sink into the pose. Maybe on each exhale, pulling those legs just a little bit closer to the chest. On this next exhale, see if you can pull those legs a little bit closer towards the chest, a little more opening in the legs. Always being mindful of not coming into pain, so if it is painful, please back out of it. And then we'll slowly release the legs, releasing that left foot back to the earth, unwinding that right foot, bringing that right foot back down, and then we'll just take it to the other side. So that left foot's going to come to the top of the right thigh. Opening up the knees to the side, option to stay here if you'd like to reach those arms through the leg, reaching for the back of the thigh, you can do so here. And breathing into that space, maybe visualizing the breath traveling to that left hip, allowing it to ease into it, open a little bit further. Use this next exhale to sink in a little bit deeper. And then slowly with the control here, we'll release the legs, release the arms, let the feet come back down to the earth. And then we're just going to bring those knees in towards the chest. If it's accessible to you, you can wrap those arms around the legs, maybe roll side to side, forward to back. Maybe taking some nice circles with the hips here. And then we're going to find our way up to seated. So two options here. You can roll over to one side, gently press yourself up to seated, or if you'd like to, you can grab the top of the knees here, rock and roll forward and back on the mat until you come all the way up to seated. We'll meet in just a comfortable cross-legged position here. And then for any reason this is uncomfortable for you in the hips or the knees, you can always take a block or a blanket, lift it under the sit bones here. So we'll be here for just a couple minutes, make sure you get comfy. We'll bring our hands to prayer when you're ready. Taking a nice deep inhale, nice long steady exhale. And then we'll inhale, arms up and overhead. You can gaze up at those thumbs. Exhale, we'll clasp the fingers, press the palms forward, tuck the chin, round the spine. We'll inhale, open up those arms, expand, gaze up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Good. Taking that through center, we'll inhale through prayer, reach up. Exhale, clasp the fingers, palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, open those arms, open the chest space, the heart space. Exhale, hands to the earth. One more time, we'll inhale through prayer, reach up. Exhale, palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, open up, expand. And exhale, hands to the earth. Good. Starting to stretch into the side, we're going to bring our right hand to the earth on the outside of the right hip. We'll inhale that left arm up to the sky. Exhale, fold over to the right. We'll inhale, come up, left hand comes to the earth, right hand comes up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, come back up through center, take it to the right. And then we'll just go back and forth here on your own breath, feeling free to move faster, slower, just matching the movement with the breath. So inhaling to come up, exhaling to fold over to the opposite side. And next time you find your way over to the right with that left arm up to the sky, we'll pause there. If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can lower onto the forearm. Trying to keep those sit bones on the earth here. So thinking about that line of energy from the left hip all the way out the left fingertips. Extending out. You can even tilt the head up towards the sky. Stretching through the neck here. Good. Then we'll inhale through center. Take it to the other side. Pausing there. Again, keeping those sit bones solid on the earth here. Feeling that extension from the right hip up along the ribs, all the way up the ears. Good. Then we'll just inhale through center, coming back to neutral. Taking a breath here. And then we'll bring our hands to the top of the shoulders here. And we're going to start with shoulder rolls. So starting by rolling those shoulders up towards the ears. And then back down the spine. You can think about it as those elbows drawing circles in the sky here. You can move slow or fast up to here, your pace. And then opposite direction. So folding forward. And then go ahead, release. You can shake out those arms. Maybe roll through the neck a little bit here. Nice and loose. And then we'll walk our hands forward onto the mat, coming into all fours. No rush to get there. Just coming onto our hands and knees here, about the middle of the mat. Thinking about proper alignment here with our hands directly underneath our shoulders, our knees directly underneath our hips, and get our nice gripped posture here. And then we'll continue to open with the spine with our cat-cow. So starting with our cow pose, we'll inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward here, lifting those sit bones up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll tuck the chin, round the spine here, just like a Halloween cat. And we'll inhale, gaze forward, drop the belly towards the earth. For our cow pose, exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. And then just taking it back and forth here on your own breath. Nice long inhales, long exhales. Feel free to pause in one pose or the other if it's feeling really good for you today. From here, we're just going to move into our free flow table. So all that means is just moving with the breath here. You can continue those cat-cows. You can shake those hips side to side, maybe make big circles. You can stretch out a leg, an arm, maybe flip those hands around, stretch out the wrists here. Any movement goes, there's no wrong movement. Just moving with the breath, being mindful, maybe checking out and exploring some of those spaces of the body that we checked in with earlier at the beginning of class. Any movement that might feel good for those spaces. many more of these breaths as you need to. When you're ready, you can just come back to that nice neutral spine, that tabletop pose, hands directly underneath shoulders, knees under hips. Just pausing for breath here. And then we'll inhale with that right arm up to the sky, opening up through the front of the chest here. You can even wiggle those fingers up to the top, maybe gaze up. Just noticing how the body feels in the shoulders, the chest, the back. And then on the exhale, we're going to thread the needle underneath the left arm. So that right arm's going to sweep underneath the left armpit. Staying here, if that's all that you can do. If you can move it a little bit further, you can sweep all the way through, coming to rest on that right shoulder, the right side of the face. And then that left hand, you have some options here. You can keep that hand right by the face here to support. You can extend that left arm straight forward to the top of the mat. Or you can even wrap the arm around the back here. The option goes here, just be mindful of what works for your body. Knowing it might be different from day to day. And once there, just breathing into it, allowing gravity to just bring the body fully into the pose, relaxing into it, and not holding the breath. And if that left hand is not already placed on the earth by the face, go ahead and move that hand there now. We'll press into the left palm, lift that right arm all the way back up to the sky. You can wiggle fingertips, maybe gaze up here, just noticing if you feel any different after that stretch. No, it's okay if you don't. And then we'll exhale that right hand back down to the earth. And we're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky. Okay, wiggle those fingertips, gaze up. Pausing here to notice if this side feels any different from the other. And then on exhale, we'll thread the needle on this side. So the left arm's going to sweep underneath the right armpit. Just taking it as far as you can. Coming down to rest on the side of the shoulder, the side of the face if you can. And then again, variations for that right hand. You can keep it placed on the earth here. You can extend it straight out forward, or you can wrap it around the back. Just be on a little bit of a twist here. Twists are always great for detoxing the body. I like to be mindful of not just detoxing our actual physical chemicals of the body, but any of those thoughts or emotions. So continuing to unwind, letting them bring it out, just like a sponge here. Any of that emotion or thoughts are coming back up for you. And then we'll bring that right hand back to the earth by the face if it's not already there. Press in with the palm. We'll lift that left hand back up to the sky. Gaze up, maybe wiggle those fingertips. Again, just being mindful, noticing if you feel any different. And then we'll exhale that hand to the earth. We're going to bring those knees as wide as the mat now, bringing the feet to touch behind. We'll sit back on the heels, taking our child's pose. So those hands can extend forward. That forehead's going to reach towards the earth here. Resting the forehead on the earth if you can, if not, just gently leaning forward. Always option to bring a block in front if you need to, if that's more comfortable to us. child's pose. This is our resting pose here. So feel free during this class or any other class that you might take elsewhere to return to this child's pose anytime you need to rest, you need to catch the breath, or maybe you're overheated here. An opportunity to check in with the breath. So being mindful once more of inhaling in and out the nose. And then starting to be aware of our third eye connection here. So our third eye is located just between our eyebrows. For those of you that have the forehead on the earth, you can rock the head side to side, just reinforcing that space. Our third eye is for our inner guidance, our intuition. Very, very important to be mindful of during our yoga practice, knowing that our yoga practice is for ourselves, so we don't have to fit a certain mold, we don't have to look like our neighbors. Just continuing with those nice deep breaths in our child's pose here. And you're more than welcome to stay here. If you're ready to keep moving forward, we'll just slowly gaze up here, coming back onto our all fours. And then remember our hands to the top of our mats, extending the legs straight out behind us. So coming to our plank pose, just like the top of a push-up. So we're going to stack those shoulders directly over the wrists here. Always option to lower to the knees if you need to. Not really about the core strength here so much as we're just trying to get our correct length for our down dog. So when you're ready on an exhale, we're going to set those hips up and back for our downward facing dog, making a nice V shape with the body here. And as you get here, our first down dog, feel free to find some movement, maybe swing those hips side to side, or you can walk out the dog, bending one leg and then the other. Allowing yourself some grace here for our first down dog, and it might be a little bit tight, that's okay. And then coming to find a place of stillness in that down dog. Using those hands, those fingers are nice and wide here on the mat, and using the arms to gently press that chest back towards the thighs, sit bones, reach up towards the sky, and those heels reach towards the earth, so they don't have to touch here, just head in that direction. Down dog, always a nice opportunity to check in with the breath, being mindful here. It's that inhale, nice and long and steady. Exhale out through the nose. Always option to take a sigh out the mouth whenever you need to. And then we'll inhale, gaze forward between the hands, bend the knees, and then take your time. We're going to take steps all the way to the top of the mat. Feel free to get there however you need to. We'll meet with a nice halfway lift gazing forward. So those hands can find the earth, the shins, or the thighs, whatever's going to give you that nice flat back, relaxing those shoulders down the spine. Gaze is going to be slightly forward on the earth. Extending towards straighten the legs. And then we'll exhale, forward fold. So letting the whole upper body hang here. You could grab opposite elbows, maybe sway side to loosen in here. And always option to bring a nice generous bend in the knees here if that feels better for you, helps you release a little bit more. And let that head hang nice and heavy. And another invitation here to let go. So letting go of our emotions or thoughts. It's not a one-time thing. We continue to let go. You can imagine them just dripping out of the head here, back onto the earth. Trying to loosen any tension in those shoulders, the upper back, the neck. Feeling the strength and power of the legs here. And then we'll inhale, gaze forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then on an inhale, we're going to slowly roll all the way up to standing, moving vertebrae by vertebrae here. Shoulders and head will be the very last to rise. And then we'll shrug those shoulders up towards the ears, relax them down the back. Setting up for a nice mountain pose. Our palms are going to face forward here. We get rooted into the feet here, maybe lifting those toes off the earth and then placing them back down just to engage the arches of the feet. The knees are going to be nice and soft. That tailbone tucks in. Shoulders down the back. And the crown of the head lifts up towards the sky. Close your eyes here if you feel comfortable. If not, just a nice soft gaze. Taking some breaths, noticing any sensations in the body as we're now standing. We'll inhale those arms up and overhead, palms to touch overhead. You can gaze up at those thumbs. And then we'll dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. And then exhale, just forward fold. Let yourself hang once more here. You can put a nice bend in the knees if you need to. And then we'll inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward, reset the spine. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, root to rise. So reach those arms all the way up and overhead as we stand up. Those palms will touch overhead, you can gaze up. And then exhale, bringing those hands to prayer at heart center, taking a breath, closing the eyes. Continuing to stand nice and tall, reaching that crown of the head up towards the sky, opening up that breath passageway. And at this point, I always like to offer the invitation to set an intention, whether that just be for a short period here together, or whether that be an intention for the rest of your day, the rest of your week. So be mindful, just keep it very simple. It can be just one word, whatever pops into your head. It could be joy, fun, peace, presence. Whatever it is, know that it's yours to have. We all have different intentions here. We'll seal them all together with a breath. So taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose, fill up the belly, the lungs. Hold that breath at the top. And then open your mouth all the way side out. Good. Inhale in. Hold. Side out. Good. Gently open the eyes here. We're going to go through a series of standing poses here before we come back down, just starting to open into the body a little bit more. So with our hands at prayer here, we're just going to take a big step back with that left foot, coming into a high lunge, so follow the back foot, reaching towards a 90-degree angle in that right leg here, straight in the back leg. We'll bring our hands to our hips. We want to square those hips off to the front, so think about pulling the right hip back, the left hip forward. Relaxing those shoulders down the spine here. You can stay here if you'd like to. You can lift those arms up and overhead. Be mindful that those shoulders are not at the ears, but relaxed down the back. Taking nice deep breaths here. It's okay to lose balance, to fall out of it. Just come back in. Maybe using an exhale to sink a little bit deeper here. Good. Then we're going to pivot, open up to warrior two. So we're going to pivot on that back foot so those toes go out to the side. Arms are going to come out to a T. We're going to gaze over those right fingertips. So we want that right knee to be right in line with the middle of the toes, not off to either side. And then we'll take a reverse warrior. So legs are going to stay just as they are. Left arm's going to come down. Right arm's going to lift up towards the sky. Reach towards the back of the mat, expanding through the rib cage. Being mindful to keep that nice bend in the right leg. We'll move into extended side angle. So that right elbow is going to come to the top of the right thigh. Left arm is going to sweep down and then up and over that left ear. Reaching those fingertips towards the front of the mat here. So two opposing lines of energy, one coming out the left hip all the way out the left fingertips, the other one out the left hip all the way down through that left heel.
Come into sky archer. That left arm is going to come down to the back leg. We'll straighten through that front leg, toes still pointing forward. Right arm is going to lift up towards the sky. So in this pose here, that left arm can travel as far down the back leg as you like, but those right fingertips are going to stay reaching towards the sky. You can gaze up at the right hand if you'd like to here. And then we'll windmill those arms forward, pivoting forward, coming back to that high crescent lunge. So we'll pivot on that back foot, bend into the right leg, arms straight up overhead. Good. And then we'll bring our hands to prayer first. And then take a big old hop or steps all the way to the top of the mat. Feel free to shake out those legs, take a breath. Good. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time we'll take a big step back with that right foot, lunging into the left leg. So we're on our right toes in the back here, working towards straightening the leg, working towards a 90-degree angle in the left leg. We'll bring our hands to our hips, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward this time. And then always option to stay here. You can lift those arms up and overhead. Making nice deep breaths here. Then we'll open up warrior two, so those arms are going to come out to a T, foot goes flat, toes pointing towards the side of the mat. We'll make sure that the left knee is in line with the middle toes. And we'll gaze over the left fingertips, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Reverse warrior, right arm comes down, left arm lifts up, reaches towards the back. Expanding through the ribcage. Extended side angle, left elbow to the top of the left thigh. Right arm's going to sweep down, forward, and up and over that right ear. And really reaching out through those right fingertips, expanding through the side body. Sky archer, right arm's going to come down, straighten through that front leg, left arm reaches up towards the sky. And then we'll pivot forward, crescent lunge to the front, bending that left leg, spinning on those back toes. Nice and steady and strong here. Then we'll bring our hands to prayer first, and then step or hop back up to the top, shake it out. We'll meet back up and just standing with our hands at prayer, standing nice and tall. We'll inhale, arms up and overhead, gaze up. This time we're going to open those arms, leading with the heart, folding forward. We'll inhale for that halfway lift, gaze forward. Exhale, put a nice bend in the knees, bringing the hands to the earth. And we're going to step those feet back, taking your time, coming back to that top of the push-up here, our plank pose. Always option to lower to the knees. We're going to inhale, shift forward over top of those hands just a little bit with the toes. Exhale, we're going to tuck those elbows in towards the ribcage, lower all the way to the earth. We'll untuck those toes. Inhale, we're going to lift the chest, the shoulders off of the earth for a cobra, pressing in with the palms. Holding here for just a breath. And then exhale, lower back down. You can bring those hands out in front here, making a nice pillow for the forehead. Just pausing for a breath, releasing tension in the legs, the glutes, the low back. Feeling that breath, the belly expanding as it's present upon the earth here. And then we'll bring those hands back underneath the shoulders here, press in with the palms. We're going to sit back into our child's pose, so those knees can be together or wide here. The feet are going to touch behind. And we'll just sit back onto the heels, extending those arms forward, forehead. And an option to stay here, you can walk those hands back towards the knees. We're going to swing those legs around. We're just going to come into butterfly. One more last little hip opener before we come onto our back. So those feet are just going to come together. Knees nice and wide. You can grab onto the ankles or the feet. Using those elbows to press the hips open. An option to stay lifted here. If you'd like to, you can let the head hang forward, letting the spine roll over. And then inhale, slowly come up and round it over. We'll use those hands to guide those knees together. Pausing here for breath, you can wrap the arms around the legs, maybe letting that forehead or the chin come to the knees. Good. And then moving slowly with your own time here, no rush. We're going to find our way onto our backs. So just laying back down. When we get there, we're going to come right into our candlestick pose. All this means those legs can go straight up towards the sky. If you have a block handy, you can bring it underneath the hips here, give yourself a little bit more lift. It makes it a little bit easier to straighten those legs. If you don't have a block handy, you can always take hands underneath the hips or even fists here. So as you get there, knowing that keeping those legs nice and straight is not really the goal here, just to reverse that blood flow so those feet are up in the air. You're doing good. Find stillness here. If you'd like to, you can play with flexing and pointing the toes or maybe rolling out the ankles. And release the block here, any props. We're just going to let those legs come down, flat on the mat with distance apart here. Coming into our Shavasana pose, arms are going to come out to the side, palms facing up towards the sky. Just settling and relaxing. Our corpse pose here at the end of class is our depth of movement. We'll lead you through just a little bit of a grounding practice to relax. And then feel free to let the video just go so you can stay here longer. Just starting to settle in here, noticing the breath. Just starting to take a scan of the whole body, starting down at the feet, and all the way up to the head here. Breathing that breath of awareness into the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet, allowing them to relax. Letting that breath travel up the legs, past the knees, into the hips. Allowing everything to just relax and settle in. Breathing into the low back, the belly. Allowing any release here, sinking in. And let the breath travel up the spine. Space between the shoulder blades, often a space we hold tension without realizing it. So making the adjustments here if you need to. Breathing into the tops of the shoulders, down the arms, past the elbows, the wrists, into the palms and the fingers. Just noticing here if there's anything we're still hanging on to that we can let go of. And then letting that breath travel up the throat, the back of the neck, the back of the skull. Letting everything rest in. Removing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, and letting even the head sink, the eyes sink back into the head, softening the skin on the face. And we bring that breath of awareness back to the breath itself. Just noticing the breath. Noticing a space in the body where we can feel that breath sensation the most, whether